Jesus said that, not me. None of us have the gift of condemnation. The word condemns. Let me tell you what convicts. We'll preach this again soon. We'll preach the series of messages about grace. Grace does more than forgive us and save us and all that. Grace does this. Grace convicts. Grace condemns us. Grace endures us. Grace keeps us. That's what grace does, amen. And when we do wrong, when we do those things, and we know that we've stepped across the line, guess what? Grace comes in and says, hey, that wasn't right. But you can overcome all of these things through who? Through a man named Jesus. A man named Jesus who come and he told his disciples, all of these things are going to come your way simply because you are a follower of me. Go around the world now. There's places in this world you stand up and say, I'm a born-again Christian. Guess what will happen to you? They'll cut your head off. If they can't get to you that way, they'll shoot you, kill you, then behead you and hold it up to show the world we beheaded the infidels. Jesus said these things will come. You'll be also all kinds of sufferings that you'll have, but be of good cheer. Verse 33 said, I've spoken unto you that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome this world. You know, a few years ago, there was a guy who came out with a little funny song, said, don't worry, be happy. One of those catchy songs, you just catch yourself singing it, you know. I tell you what, when you know Jesus, you can go around singing that song. Don't worry, be happy. Jesus said, in me you'll find peace. The only real peace I know is in the man named Jesus. The only real peace I've ever found in this world is through a man named Jesus. Not in the possessions of this world, not in this or following this or chasing after this dream or that dream. The only peace, the only consolation, the only comfort I've ever found is in a man named Jesus. I've overcome through him. When I lay my head down, well, last night I'm going to tell you what, my ear was throbbing off my head. And if somebody come in and said, listen, I can stop that pain real quick. I got this case double X and I'll just cut it off real quick and we'll put a Band-Aid on it and it'll stop immediately. Guess what? I'd almost said, go ahead. Because it would hurt. But I began to pray and I laid hands on myself. Somebody said the preacher's lost it. No, the preacher ain't lost it. The preacher's praying for himself. I laid hands on my ear. I said, Lord, this is killing me. And I've got to get some sleep. I've got to get a little rest. I got church, and I've got to, Lord, I want to go to church. Lord, I need some help. And you know what? He didn't immediately quit. But you know what? In a few minutes, it started to ease off, Lance. Before I knew it, you know what? I dozed off to sleep. Next thing I know, I woke up and I'm like, oh man, don't touch it. It's quit. Don't touch it. Don't get started again. Don't get close to it. Don't breathe on it. Nobody look at it. Don't let it start hurting again. You know how it is once you get that, you're so tender. Like, oh, you know, you even walk funny. You come to the house, and like this, and stuff. I'm talking about my ear. Why are you walking funny? I just don't want it to start hurting again. But you know what? Even when my ear hurting, throbbing off, there was a peace about me. There was a peace that I knew when I laid my head down. A peace that only comes with Jesus. Comfort that only comes in him. I was happy even though I was hurting. I rode home from my mother's on the tractor with a piece of ice right here and the wheel and going, oh Jesus, please let this stop. And it went on for about 4 or 5 more hours. Little rascal. I tell you what, baby, there's something else now. Catch you unaware and just wear you out. That's what the devil, he tries. But there's peace and comfort when I begin to read what Jesus said. Hey, don't worry about these things that come your way. You'll overcome them through me because I've overcome this world. Be happy In the world, you're going to have these things. It's going to happen. It's going to go your way against you. Things are going to go. You know, I've shared with you many times when I was called to preach, I ran from it. I didn't want to preach. I said, Lord, please don't. I tried to negotiate. And you know what I found out? The Lord don't negotiate. I'll tell you a little quick one. I teach school for a living, and you know, they always have all of these big programs and big theories and big ideas and teaching school about how, and one that I always enjoy going to, professional development on classroom management. Okay, now here I am, got a little chrome in my hair, silver. And I go in and I've taught for a while and I'm old school. Okay, y'all know what old school is. When you come in the room, you behave. You shut your mouth, you sit down. You know, it's not 1942, but you know what? You want to act like it. Behave. Behave. Okay? Well, I go to this big PD and there's a guy up there, man, he's just happy. And I'm thinking, this guy does not teach school. Because it's PD, and I'm here against my will. I'm not happy. And this guy's up there telling me how wonderful my class is going to be.